Welcome to chapter 48 of the book of Genesis. Jacob blesses his son Joseph's sons, his grandchildren. I'll read a little in the Greek and then we'll go through the chapter. Egeneto they, meta tarimata tavta, ke apingile to Iosif oti o patir su enochlite, ke analavon tus dio Iosaf tu ton Manasi, ke ton Ephraim ilthe pros Yaakov. And it came to pass after these things, and it was denounced to Joseph that your father is troubled. Now, where Joseph was, it doesn't say. And taking up his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, he came to Jacob, his father. And his two sons were half Egyptian from his wife, who was a daughter of a priest in Heliopolis. Now I changed this, and it was announced because 5:18, same word up here, I have announced, and it was announced to Jacob, saying, but reporting is basically the same thing, behold, your son Joseph comes to you. And Israel, growing strong, sat upon the bed. He wants to look good for his son, who is now second in charge in Egypt. And Jacob said to Joseph, well, my God appeared to me in Luz, in the land of Canaan. Now we go up to a map here, and Luz is by Bethel, right here. And so this is where God appeared to Jacob in the land of Canaan. And Evlogis say, may, he blessed me, eulogy, giving an eulogy. And he said to me, behold, I will increase you, and I will multiply you, and I will make you into a gathering of nations. And I will give to you this land and to your seed after you for an eternal possession. Now, the gathering of nations, exactly what that refers to, I've mentioned before, it could be the tribes, other nations at the time of Christ that have come to God. And so he's going to make them into a gathering of nations. I believe that it was from Abraham. And I will give to you this land, and so for an eternal possession. Now we're talking about the land. That's different than the nations. And the land mentioned in Abraham was from the Euphrates River up north. Let's see if we got that on the map. I'm not sure if it goes up that far. Euphrates is way up here, and the Nile River is way over here. So all this land, and on the other side, where Jordan is, and Sinai Peninsula, which is in Egyptian control today, all the way up to Syria. Lebanon also is going to be their possession, eternal possession. Well, that means today. Today is part of the Aeonion, the eternal possession. I don't believe it was just for a certain period of time that God is giving them this possession. Now, they were gone. The Jews were gone for 2,000 years after the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus until 1948, when the country was reestablished, the country of Israel. And the things that are happening now are in prophecy, more or less, more than less. And sometimes it's hard to find out and figure out what the prophecy is that is attributed for today, because a lot of the prophecy was for things that were going to happen back in those days, and other things are in the future that haven't happened yet. But Israel is now a nation. Part of this is a possession to the Jews. Now then, your two sons born to you in the land of Egypt. Before my coming to you in Egypt are mine. Ephraim and Manasseh are as Reuben and Simeon, they shall be mine. Now, what's this all about? Why would he want to say this and make this? Well, it's all about land. Basically, we'll see about the lots a little bit here, that when the children of Israel went into Egypt with Joshua, they cast lots for the different tribes. And so now Ephraim and Manasseh each have a lot. And it doesn't mention Joseph, it mentions Ephraim and Manasseh. And they were tribes of Israel, the country of Israel. As Reuben and Simeon, they shall be mine. So they are in the lists of the 12 tribes, not most of the time not Joseph. And the progeny, whoever should be procreated after these, will be yours. Now, exactly, I'm not sure what progeny, if he's talking about the grandchildren of Manasseh and Ephraim, or he's maybe talking about other children that Joseph might have, will be yours. They won't be part of this plan of Jacob's. By the name of their brothers, they shall be called in those lots. And this is what I'm talking about. And this happened in the time of Joshua, over 400 years later than this time here. So when the lots are called for the different tribes, it'll be Ephraim and Manasseh, along with Levi, Simeon, and Levi didn't get land, but so Ephraim and Manasseh made 12 tribes with land, and Levi didn't get any land. But when I came from out of Mesopotamia, of Syria, Rachel, your mother, died in the land of Canaan at my approaching, down by you can add this to your English derivatives book, an hippodrome, a course of the horses, probably a racetrack, of Havrathah, of the land before coming into Ephrathah. And I buried her in the way of the hippodrome. This is Bethlehem. Now go back up to our map. So now we've seen that he was Bethel, as Luz, where he was with, built the altar. Now he was up there in Shechem. He was down here in Bethlehem when Rachel died, and he buried her by Bethlehem, by the hippodrome. And Israel, seeing the sons of Joseph, but he actually didn't see them because he was blind, but basically knowing or understanding that they're there, said, "Oh, who are these to you?" And Joseph said to his father, "They are my sons, whom God gave to me." Well, now he apparently knew who they were before because he mentioned Ephraim and Manasseh. So this following any type of a certain timeline of when he came, and they're pretty difficult to go along with the timeline. So such is the case in many places in the Bible. Trying to get to an exact timeline can be a task. And Jacob said, "Well, lead them forward to me, that I may bless them." And the eyes of Israel were weighed down because of old age, and he was not able to see, and I'm running into that myself. I hope I can finish all the things I want to do before old age takes my sight. I have a vast macro degeneration in my left eye. If I close my right eye, I can't see the middle of the screen. I can't basically read anything. But my right eye is fine, so I pray for my eyesight. Appreciate it. And they approached to him, the kids, and he kissed them and embraced them, his grandchildren. He loved them. And Israel said to Joseph, "Oh, behold, I was not deprived of your face. I seen you before I died, and behold, God showed you to me." and your seed, the two boys. And Joseph led them from his knees, and they were sitting on him, and they did obeisance to him. Probably the two children, maybe even Joseph, did obeisance to him, Jacob, upon their face upon the ground. And Joseph, taking his two sons, with Ephraim at the right, but from the left of Israel. So Ephraim is on the left. And Manasseh at the left was, but he was at the right of Israel. So Manasseh is at the right. And he approached them to him. Joseph took the two boys and brought them here. And Israel, stretching out the right hand, put it upon the head of Ephraim. This one was the younger. And the left upon the head of Manasseh, crosswise with the hands. And he blessed them and said, "The God in whom my fathers were well pleasing in his presence, Abraham and Isaac, the God maintaining me from my youth until this day, the angel, angelos, rescuing me from all the evils, bless these boys." So the blessing is on these boys. "And my name shall be called upon them, and the name of my fathers, Abraham and Isaac." And these two boys are named in the group of tribes. "And may they multiply into and I had great, but poly as many, populous multitude upon the earth," which they are, still around, millions of Jews. "And Joseph, seeing that his father put his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, it appeared wrong to him. And Joseph took hold of the hand of his father to remove it from the head of Ephraim unto the head of Manasseh. And Joseph said to his father, "Not so, father, for this one's the firstborn. Place your hand upon his head, Manasseh." And he would not. But he said, "I know, child, I know, and this one will be for a people. This one will be raised up high. But his younger brother will be greater than he, and his seed will be a multitude of nations." So Ephraim is going to be a multitude of nations. Manasseh is going to be, and he blessed them in that day, saying, "By you Israel shall be blessed," saying, "God make you as Ephraim Manasseh." And he put Ephraim in front of Manasseh. And Israel said to Joseph, "Behold, I die, and God will be with you. Now, and he will return you to the land of your fathers." And so this is a portent of Joshua 24:32, or Joseph's bones are returned. And so it continues, and he says, "And I, as Jacob, give to you a chosen out portion above your brothers, which I took from the hand of the Amorites by my sword and bow." Now, Sikkima, a portion in the Greek, but Sikkima was a place, it's called Shechem in the Bible, and so now we'll go back up to our map. Now, Shechem is up here. So Shechem is given to Joseph in particular for whatever reason. I don't think he ever went there, but his bones, suppose that's where they took him. Chapter 49, our next video seminar, Jacob blesses the remaining sons. So we find out all about these men who become tribes and how they are blessed, and if it refers to anything today or in the future. Hope you'll join us in chapter 49, and until then, God bless.